Sorry guys that I was interrupted because of the ads or the apps that will try to appear in my home screen, and I don't know how to remove and delete that one. I think it's in the settings, but I don't know how to do that. I'll just leave it in that way. So when I do the video, it will just appear after 15 minutes, and then it will distort my vlogging. Okay, sorry for that. Okay, I'm now back again. Okay, now we have the PV&RT equation, okay, the general gas equation, something like that. Okay, then you have to memorize important constants also, right? For example, the Avogadro number 6.023 times 10 to the 23, like that, okay, per mole, or it could be mole negative, okay, something like that. So the numerator, it could either be an ions, an atoms, okay, it could be a molecule, something like that. It depends on the problem you're going to solve, something like that, and you have to adjust, okay. But that is the conversion factor. You will use that constant, especially moles. Okay, moles are very familiar and popular in the chemical reactions. It's always present there. Okay, they are complementary with the number of atoms. Okay, and then after that, yeah, subscript, and then times the figure or the atoms, and it will become a number of moles. For example, H2O, how many moles of hydrogen gas, something like that. How many atoms of hydrogen, something like that. Okay, so even me, I will get confused until now. Really, okay, because what I understand, or what I understood about that, is that there is one atom of hydrogen gas, because what I mean of atom is in the in the side of the compound or an element. What I understand for atoms, and what I understand for moles is you have is in the sub sometimes in the problem they will use the Newton and they will put there, and then you will be confused because there's no such Newton in the PV and RT. No, you will just substitute that there in the force over area. So your equation will become now force over area times volume is equals to nRT. Okay, it's just playing a trick somewhere along the way. So you should remember that, especially in taking examination. Sometimes they will confuse you, and then you get confused because you cannot connect easily the basic formulas from the other formulas. Okay, something like that. And it's very useful for me, honestly. For me, really, if you don't have basic stock knowledge, you can never pass the engineering board exam. Okay, because in college, it's always expressed and discussed very fast. Okay, very fast. So it's understood that the basic knowledge of the principles of chemistry were already stacked on your mind, especially for example, the basic of formula like density is equals to mass over volume, something like that. Specific gravity of a substance is equals to the specific gravity of the substance is equals to the, like that, blah blah blah. Okay, density of the water, something like that. Okay, specific gravity of a substance, something like, okay, so like that, blah 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 blah. Okay, that's it. And you have to take note the density of the water at STP, something like that. It's gonna be 1 grams per ml, something like that. Okay, you have to take note also that. And then in terms of pound per cubic feet, it will become 62.43, like that. And then it will store on your mind. Like me, I stored that on my mind for how many years? Okay, 20 years plus. I still remember that is 62.43. So that is stock knowledge, and it's also 1 grams per ml. And you have to accumulate that in your mind. But because you don't know, there are certain examinations that you will be facing in the future, then it will be applied, something like that. Usually, it can be applied in the density equals to mass over volume. Density of a substance equals specific gravity of the substance equals to over the specific gravity of the water, like that. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong because that's only stock knowledge. I'm not really sure about that. Again, specific gravity of a substance is equals to the density of a substance over the density of water. Really? I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, like that. Okay, something like that. So that is it's tricky, and the volume also, please remember that one, that density equals to mass over volume, that you have to plug in also that in the PV and RT. Okay, and then there are also problems that it involves area, surface area. For example, if the gas will pass into the pipeline, okay, something like that, you have to compute the diameter, like that. Do not be afraid because that is pressure is equals to force over area, in which you will be able to plug in the PV and RT also. Okay, sometimes the instructor will not go detail about that because their discussion also will be limited. Okay, so it's up to you to be resourceful and to have initiative. You will go to their library. Okay, just to be honest with you, when I was in college, my time was devoted on library. Okay, sometimes I will sleep there after reading, like that, and then I will really if I cannot understand, I will go there and scan a lot of books, and then I bring books from the library always every day. Okay, like that. And then because I get confused, like that, and I don't have the time to ask the instructors, and by myself I need to investigate why it happened like that, because there are sources, books, and you can understand also without asking back to your instructors. Okay, so it depends on your strategy how to learn well the lesson well, something like that. Okay, because the instructors and the professors and your teachers are just only instruments. Okay, they have also limitations that they cannot discuss everything also to you, so they cannot spoon feed everything to you also. So that's why there are a lot of topics, not a lot, but there are certain topics also that they miss to discuss in the classroom. So all you have to do is to initiate time to go to the library Like that. For example, shun shun shun. There are a lot of shun shun shun, right? In the chemical engineering or in the BS chemistry courses or taking up sciences courses. A lot of shun shun shun. Okay? Evaporation, sublimation, condensation, like that, a lot. And then it will never be discussed by the instructors regarding the theories and principles one by one. I'm sure about that. Sometimes they will go directly to the problem solving. They will just say a little bit, sublimation is a process, blah blah blah, so and so. But they will never go in detail.